got some new Italian cars to take a look at. I'm just waiting to see if my other stream picks up because unfortunately both streams are playing up, of course, in great fashion. Here we go. Is that working now? Let me see. Yes, we're working on both platforms. It took me 4.5 minutes. So yes, we do have some new stuff from Scalextric and BRM. For those that have been following my stream, we have gone live at an early hour. My timing is going to be all over the place at the moment because I've got lots of stuff going on. So we do have, let me see if I can see the chat. Here we go. We do have some Scalextric stuff to look at, brand new, fresh off the, I guess you could say, the conveyor belt. We've got the brand new RX-7 by, and I'll show both. Hello YouTube, welcome. We've got the RX-7. Is that showing the wrong way? I should, hold on a tick. Let me fix that camera for you. That looks weird. Hey, now we're better. Now you can see it. So we've got the Fast and Furious RX-7 DOMS, which looks incredible, and I'll show good old YouTube as well. That just landed, so we're going to be doing that into a digital race. Yes, we've got some digital racing coming. I've got some more stuff to show from Scalextric as well, which now goes with the set. We've got the set of good old Fast and Furious, so that is exciting. Let me just do, I'm just trying to get rid of something here so you guys can all see fairly, because I want to bring this camera around here just to make sure that YouTube can see what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, can you guys see that now? Probably not, but let's sort that out for you. Sorry YouTube, I'm taking YouTube for a ride, hold on. Because we've got a big unboxing to do, so I don't want anyone to miss anything. I think that's good now. I think that's good. I think you can all see everything now. Making sure I can turn it so you can see it. There we go, that's good enough. There we go. So now that I can see on YouTube, I can also see on the TikTok. Just making sure I can see the chat. That camera is really poor. Okay, just go this way, and then we're good. There we go. So yes, we've got the new RX-7, which is really cool to see. We've got RX-7 that is going to be made digital. So that'll be happening very soon. We'll get some digital action coming up because Scalextric has sent some goodies, which we're going to turn all these cars into a digital racing experience. We've been doing it with Carrera at the moment, but now that we've got the Scalextric digital upgrade kit with a heap of different add-ons, so we can actually go racing with Scalextric now as well, which is exciting. That camera for YouTube is really bad. There you go, guys. So that is good. Let's have a quick look at the RX-7 now that everyone can see. We've got Dom's RX-7. I think that looks incredible. They've done a really good job with these new cars. Yeah, I know people talk about price, but that's not the business I'm into. I'm into making sure that these look good, and I think they do. I really think the RX-7, they've done a great job on that. Cool body kit. It's got all the decals from the movie itself, so I think that's going to be a winner. And of course, you can turn that into digital as well, which is quite exciting. So we've got the 3 Fast and Furious cars to put head-to-head digitality. Have I said that right? Digitality. Bin Chicken, hello mates, welcome to the stream. I'm just trying to get, for whatever reason, none of my stuff is working. Yeah, so I can't see the chat on YouTube because I don't have enough space. Is that working now? Yeah, that's working now. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. Let's move this guy over here. That one there. Super. So we also want to get, I want to bring in the BRM box because we a big box of goodies from BRM, which is Italian, and I want to show you the difference between, I guess you could say, toy versus hobby stuff. So let me start unboxing this because we have got... Hello Richie, hello mate. Yeah, I've gone live. I'm just trying odd times this week. I've been doing it all week, but I've just been trying odd times. So these are BRM. We just received those overnight. I was asleep. And I haven't even opened the box yet. I've literally just opened it. So we've got the Ferrari Triple S. So we're going to take a look at that one first. The Ferrari Triple S. These are absolutely incredible. Again, European. So let's have a quick look together. Wow. Again, I haven't opened these boxes yet. I've just cut the box open. Take a look at that. Holy moly. It's like an off orange. If you're probably thinking, where is the rear spoiler? It's a magnet. So the spoiler will magnetize itself onto the back. But take a look at that. Pwah. They make such a good job. So that is the Ferrari Triple 3. And inside here we do have our handout card of the other parts and pieces, which we do like seeing that. We like seeing when we've got all the goodies that come with it. So that's that one. Let's put that aside quickly. I'll be doing a full video on this in the future. I've only just received it, so I wanted to get it on the TikTok to show some people the difference of what's out there. So that's that one. These might be going around digitally. I don't know yet. We'll see if we can get them working. Let's get another one. We've got a big box here. Oh yes, hold on. These are what I've been waiting for. So take it a guess what is in here. Oh, it is so good. It is so good. Take a look at that. RX-7. Now, I'm a huge Japanese fan, huge JDM fan, and this is just, it's next level. It is seriously next level. I've been waiting for this car for such a long time, and I'm glad that BRM have done it because they do a really beautiful slot car with a metal chassis, and I think they make these look so good. So we've got one RX-7. We'll put these out together in a tick. So that's one RX-7, which looks incredible. Now, so we've got, these are directly from Italy, so thank you to BRM for sending them over. We do have another RX-7. Holy, wait, what's the horsepower? What's the horsepower on that? I don't know, it's probably just a 12A. Then we've got a second version. Hello SS, hello SS, how are you mates? Welcome. This one I think so far is my favourite livery out of the three. Take a look at it. It's incredible. It is incredible. So that's the second RX-7. But wait, there's more. I didn't really know what I was getting, to be honest. I know what this is. This is going to be our... Ooh, hold on. I'm going to stop right there. Hold on. Don't do that yet. What have we got here? Here we go. Let's keep doing this. This is going to be our third RX-7. Oh, this colour is stunning. We've got our third RX-7 now in a green. Whoosh. It looks really good. That green really pops. Just going to bring the YouTube camera in a bit closer because you guys are a bit far out. That one really pops. I don't know which one's my favourite now. We're going to put them all side by side in the tick. But that is just... The detail on this, the windows, the little spotlights at the front. I mean, the only thing that's missing on these cars is a working headlights. That's the only thing I wish they did, was working headlights. So that's the three RX-7s. So let's put them aside because we've already seen them. Now let's bring out... What is this one? Oh... hello, James. Yeah, oh, man, it is... Oh, my God. I didn't know I was getting these. I thought I might be, but I'm so happy. Take a look at that. Oh, it's okay. It clips in. It's all right. That was me. It actually clips in. It's just resting there. So let's take that off for now. Thought I broke it. That is sexy. I'm a Porsche fan. Interscope livery. Porsche 934. Yes, please. That is definitely a favourite now. That is definitely a favourite. Let me see if I can put that rear spoiler back in. I did probably grab it too quickly. It does slide back in. I don't want to break anything right now on camera. Imagine that. So there we go. We've got the Porsche. Let me put that back gently. There is 3 liveries of the Porsche, I believe. I don't know how many we received, but we'll definitely find out in a tick. So that's one Porsche. Group B rally. Was that for the hill climb? Oh, okay. Lovely jubblies. Whoa, what is this? Hold on, I didn't even read that. Okay, we've got a bit of a mix here. CLK Mercedes. CLK Mercedes in a pretty striking green. Actually, my preferred color. So I'm going to quickly show you a handout in a tick. These are absolutely incredible. I class these as, oh, the rims are just, look at that. Look at the rim. The rim are just, Jesus. They are, I've got to say, BRM are one of my favorite brands. They have to be. The car quality is next level. Out of the two colors, I did like the green. I didn't choose any of these, obviously. They just sent me a box of goodies to share on the socials. I do like the Vodafone color, but I prefer the silver and red, I think it was. So the traditional, not traditional, but the F1 colors. But the green, I like. So let's put that one away. And we've got one more. We've got one more car. Again, bit of a surprise delivery from BRM. We've got one more. What is this? What is this? Ooh, I don't know. I didn't know I was getting this. Okay, let me just quickly pop this little guy out for you. Ooh. That's a big boy. So we got. Wait, what have I broken there? Oh, one of the lights have popped out. Ooh, that's not good. I have to glue that back in. So one of those lights, oh, it hasn't got it. So one of the lights popped out, which we can glue back in, which is not good. You shouldn't have to be gluing them. That's okay. Capri, Ford Capri RS 2600 in 124 scale. It is a big boy. It's a monster. Take a look at the size of that bastard. That is huge. Nice colour, nice room. So let me put some of this stuff down so we can actually have a closer look at them, because I do want to have a closer look at some of these. So I do have to fix some stuff on these. That's okay. I'm going to get them out and we'll have a closer look one by one. So let me just quickly put them all out on display and we'll go through them, because not only have we got BRM to look at, but we are building a Scalextric digital track as well to do some digital racing on the Tiki-Toks, because we've been doing a lot of Carrera, which we do have a delivery coming from Carrera as well. We're just waiting on that to turn up so we can start adding some new cars to the mix. But let me get all these out and we'll have a closer look at them. I'll get the cameras nice and close so you can all have a closer look at them, because they do look really good. Pick of the bunch. I do like the Porsche. Thanks for the follow, Disc Reader. Appreciate it. Disc Reader, what a name. Disc Reader. Yeah, the older rims, I think. And I've got YouTube and TikTok running, guys, so I can see both chats at the same time and people who are joining. So thank you to everyone. It is a very, very odd time to go live, but I've only got a couple of hours during the day at the moment to get some stuff done. We've got back to school hours at the moment, so I'm sort of under the pump getting the kid to school, coming home, taking the dog for a walk. So I am trying to squeeze as much content in as I can for everyone. Hence what's been a little bit quiet on YouTube. Last one, the Ferrari. So actually a good story about this. I raced this 333 at Show Us Your Slots, the Revo Nats 2024, I think it was. Let me just get this out. Let me get this out. And a very smart design here. We've got the mag. So the mag, I'll show all that up in close. Oh, snap. I like the way it snapped. Oh, I liked it. Ford Mark 1. Do we have one? Is that what you're asking? I don't know. I missed it. The chat's going past a little bit too quick. Let me just quickly take the chat. Capri's cool. Had straight. So let me get some cameras closer, both for YouTubies and TikToki. Oh, TikTok. So we're gonna have a look at these a little bit better. So I'm gonna put YouTube's camera in front of me, so you guys have got right up the front, because you've only got one camera, where TikTok is rocking two cameras. They're being a bit shellfish. And I'll give you guys the tilt down here. And how are we looking with this one? I'll bring you guys close as well so you can have a look, because they are impressive. Now, let's go through BRM quickly. We will be running these, of course. They will be going around the track, but I want to look at these individually, because I know I can only get so much on screen for both of yous. But my pick out of the bunch, I want to quickly show you what they've done with the... Is that a 964 or a 930? The Porsche, let me get it out so you can see. I'll be answering questions on both here. Let me just move this around. So this is a 934-5 for the good old Tiki-Tok question. Yes, it's a 934-5. Let's look at that one first. Let's take it off. So I want to show how beautiful these look. They look incredible. So let's take this off. Oh, struggling. Come on, screw. It's actually got a bit of weight to it. Oh yeah, it has got a bit of weight to it. Let's have a, that's the magnet. We got a magnet. I won't be putting the magnet in because I prefer to drive these cars without mag, but it's actually quite heavy. It's actually quite heavy. So if I can get TikTok into the mix so you guys can see it as well. So we've got a pretty well designed body, as in when it comes to the finish. This is one of their basic looking cars, to be quite honest, compared to the RX-7, the 934-5 in my opinion looks the most basic, but that because it didn't have much hanging off it back in the day, because BRM/Revo Slot are known to make some beautiful looking cars, but it is very basic. But I do like how they do the extra touch underneath. They've painted off the good old exhaust pipe, some of the underneath stuff. I think that's underneath the gearbox there, and a couple other little fins and that. And then around to the back, of course, you got your beautiful rear spoiler, which is an absolute monster. We can put that back in place. That just popped out. This stuff happens, of course, when you unbox stuff. But looks really, really nice. Metal chassis, two-piece metal chassis, split down the guts. I don't know if you can see that on both cameras, but we have a split down the center here. So that is a two-piece chassis that you can actually modify to make it dance the way you want it to dance. And we are running a 21,000 RPM motor at 12 volts on a Sidewinder. So really cool to see. Really cool. I'll be interested to see how fast that goes. So that is the 934 for those playing at home. The 934. Let me get TikTok's camera in a little bit closer because you guys are a little bit out there. I know you've got the other camera as well, but you probably can't see as good because I want to show both cars off at the same time. So that is the 934. Again, a little bit basic. BRM Revo. I can't actually touch the computer. Hold on. I can't even see the chat. Sorry, YouTube. I'm trying to get your chat going. Let me just get your chat up so I can actually see it properly. That's better. Now I can see your chat. Yeah, the 934... Again, I'm going to say it looks a little bit basic, but we are having a close look at it. We're having a bit of fun today. We're not going to be driving. Actually, we probably will do some driving. The only problem is I won't be able to give YouTube a better picture. You guys will have to be sort of spread out a bit, but that's okay. We'll make it work. So there we go. 934. You guys can all see that now properly. I like how they've got the mesh on the window. It's actually been, I guess you could say, printed, I believe, on the plastic itself. Interior is pretty well detailed on this little guy. It's got the good old fire extinguisher in there and a couple other goodies. I'm just going to make some more space. This is the problem with going live on both. The cameras are taking up pretty much where I sit. So I'm just going to move some stuff so you guys can see better. I didn't know how this was going to go when it came to streaming, so sorry about that. There we go, it's better. You can both see it now. Just so I've got you both sort of in the same camera shot. And I'm going to stand up because I can't sit down. That's better. Yeah, that's much better. So there we go. 934. We've seen that now. Nice little BBS style rim on this. I do like how they've gone with a BBS style mesh rim. I'm not going to say it is BBS, but it looks, looks very similar to BBS. So that one's pretty cool. Let's look at some of the RX-7s as well, because I think the RX-7s, in my opinion, I'm a Porsche guy. Before we do that, I want to show you the other liveries that were coming. I don't know if we got the nicest livery. I'm going to say we didn't. I'm going to say it's not the nicest livery. I'm going to go with, it's actually hard to choose. So they're the three liveries that you get from this series of 934. You've got your is it your Bosch livery up the top? Bosch livery. It looks like you got Martini, and then we've got the Interscope. I'm going to go with the Bosch livery. I think that's nice and different. Let me know what you guys think. Which one would you choose? I like the rally cars. Still have all Pontiacs. Oh yeah, Pontiacs. So they're the three liveries. I think the top one is my favorite. I think it's got a lot more going for it. But other than that, beautiful cars. So let's put him away for now. We'll put him just in the background so we can actually get some other cars rocking. Because I want to bring in the RX-7s. We've got the triple threat, which is exciting. I'm kind of happy we got all three BRMs because all three BRMs, all three RX-7s. Try that again. Let me bring one in. So that one here. Actually, no, I lied. Let's go Mercedes next because these are singular cars. Mercedes. What can you buy these? Where are you located, Lucky Cars? Where are you, mate? Whereabouts are you located? Let me know where you're located and I'll be able to give you a better answer. Do you have any Honda Civics? No, but if you want Honda Civics, if you want anything that's... look, I am pushing big for JDM. I'm hoping that we do get a Honda Civic in one of these ranges. If I was going to ask any brand to do a Honda Civic, it'd be 3 brands that I would hope would do it before others. Firstly, I'm going to go out on a limb, probably get in trouble for saying this, but Revo Slot / BRM, to date, my favorite brand. It has to be. The way they perform and the quality of car that you get. This is a hobbyist grade car. Again, probably going to get smacked for saying that because this literally is a hobbyist grade car. Metal chassis, fully adjustable. When we compare it to, which in my opinion is probably the most important style of car, your toy brand, which is the latest from Scalextric, RX-7, there's a lot of differences between the two brands. Quality is a lot different, performance is definitely a lot different, but the most important one out of these would be the RX-7 because this is the big toy brands that need to get people who don't normally look at slot cars in the mix, and that's why I actually enjoy the toy stuff. But when we're going to go racing, when we're talking about what I think is really good bang for buck, BRM. Australia. So you got heaps of shops to check out, mate. I'll Google, jump online and just Google your local slot shops. Whereabouts in Australia are you? Let me know whereabouts in Australia you are, mate, and I'll be able to help you out. Favorite motorsport, F1. Favorite motorsport at the moment, I would say, is F1. Second to that would be any form of motor racing, to be honest with you. I do like GT racing, but F1s is what I watch religiously at the moment. Sydney. You've got heaps in Sydney, mate. Just Google slot car shops in Newcastle, Sydney, and you'll be able to choose which one you think's best fits you. Prices all should be similar. I recommend trying to buy from a shop if you can. It supports the local shops, but I'll let you decide which one is best for you. So let's have a look at the good old green Mercedes. This, again, a solid color, and I think a solid color is really hard sometimes to make, I wouldn't say look good, but make the body stand out. And if we quickly get out our car card, which is, again, a very important piece of documentation for any person that's spending money on a slot car, because let's face it, you're spending some good coin. On here, you're going to see 2 different variations of color. One's probably going to do a better job at showing off the detail than the other. Inside is going to be a printout of how this car is laid out, hence why I call it a hobby grade. Look at all the parts and pieces that you can assemble, take apart and adjust, compared to a toy brand, which is pretty much nothing. I'm going to say the green's going to show off more of the body parts, which we'll take a close look at right now. Honda or probably Acura's. Well, Acura and Honda's the same thing. It's just one's American-based, I guess you can say, and the other one is Japanese, which we all know in Australia. Of course, we didn't get Acura in Australia. So taking a look at this beautiful Mercedes up close, there is some aero in here that you're going to miss on the second color because it's got the black bottom. We've got a nice big cutout, which I think that looks incredible. Is car 52 a Ford Capri? Yes, mate. We'll have a look at that in the tick. That is a Ford Capri. Yes, yes, yes. In the background, she's a Ford Capri. We'll take a closer look at that in a tick. So we do have a nice big aero cutout here. That looks incredible. Again, these are slot cars, not model cars. We do have a 2-piece chassis. You've actually got some active aero on this, meaning the aero probably would work because you are going fast. You've got a diffuser underneath here, which I think would do the job. I actually think that would work on a slot car track. A lot of the aero stuff would be, I guess, just there for looks, but having a flat chassis with some aero at the rear, it has to perform like a real car, surely. Onto the front, lots of chrome work. This is where it gets a little bit scary when we're racing slot cars. What cars are these? These, at the moment, mate, are BRM and Revo slot cars. So these go on a racetrack. Behind me right now, which you can't see, is a big racetrack. These cars are actually sitting on the racetrack, so stand by. You'll probably see them very soon. No worry, mate. Lucky's Cars, no worries, mate. Definitely, definitely support your locals in Australia if you can. But the scary thing about some of these models, and I'll call them models, is because on the front here, I don't know if you guys can see that, both cameras are pretty shit, I'd say, on TikTok and YouTube. You got a little Mercedes emblem just sticking out there. It's not a sticker, it's not a decal, it's a proper little printed piece of whatever it may be, probably plastic, that's sitting on the bonnet. So you will lose that during the race. Beautiful big rear spoil. If we flip it around, you'll see some of the aero on the back here. Good looking car. Are we racing today? I think we are, mate. I think we'll be racing later on. Definitely in probably about an hour, I'll get a race going. definitely on TikTok. We'll see if we can get some Carrera racing today. No Scalextric racing, which I'll talk about that in a tick because we did get a massive delivery. But at the moment, I'm just showing off some of the new latest drops from BRM that we've received here in Austria. One thing I will say that I'm disappointed about, I think I would say every brand that doesn't do it, is active rear lights. Like front and rear lights should be a standard in any slot car now. Just because they look so real, why not just finish it off and put in a bloody set of lights like the toy brands do? So anyways, that's my biggest qualm. It's running a 21,000 RPM 12 volt angle winder motor, which is really cool. I think I said Sidewinder before. Angle winder, really, really nice looking car. So let's put that one down and let's move on to our triple threat, which for today's delivery, actually no, I keep saying we're going to do that. We'll do that last because I've got a couple of single cars to show first. But let me put this away without, oh God, what have I done? Without breaking anything. I don't want to break anything. They're too beautiful to break. But definitely the saddest part of my collection when I had to sell it was selling my BRM stuff, Revo stuff. I love this brand. Just if I don't have a track, I know I can put these on display without worrying about it looking like a toy. That's why I do like them as well, because you can't always race your cars, and not everyone races their cars, which I won't race these properly on track. I'll play with them and put them away, but they just look so good. So let's move those at the back. We've seen those. Let's get rid of the RX-7s for a tick because I want to bring in another Singular. Singular! Let me see what the car card looks like first. And you'll find, I've noticed on TikTok, because we do have a TikTok stream running at the moment, people are coming and going. If I'm not racing on TikTok, Ruffus, hello mates. No one wants to watch. If you're not racing, nobody wants to watch, which is a bit sad. But anyways, we've got two liveries here for the F333 SP, so the Ferrari. Again, two liveries. We've got the red orange color, which will show off the body better. Let's bring him into vision. Let's go with the vision. There we go. We'll bring him in. Is that McDonald's? I thought it was McDonald's then. Really cool car. I did race this actual model, not this. Was it the same? I don't know, actually. I don't know if it was the exact same. At the Revo Nuts 2024 at Show Us Your Slots. Take a look at the rim on this guy. It is a stunning rim. It looks increds. Increds. Can I say that? Is it like a cool thing these days? Let me just turn the TikTok camera this way because I can't get you all on shot. So that one's really, really nice. Cool thing about this car is if you do, and you can see this massive rear spoiler, if she pops off, it's okay because it is held on by a magnet. Really cool design by Revo Slot. I think that's an absolute winner. So you can actually just pop that into place. I can actually say during the race, I don't think it came off during my race at all because that magnet is pretty strong. Like I'm pushing down quite hard on my thumb and she ain't going anywhere. So I think that's an absolute winner. If it does come off, hopefully it doesn't break because it's a magnet and you can put it back on. But what a beautiful looking car. Open cockpit so you can actually see how well they're designed men are, their figures. That is one of the best in the business. Honestly, it is incredible. I'm going to quickly show a close up on TikTok. How beautifully done that actual figure is. It's incredible. And if I also show YouTube just how beautiful that is, it is incredible. They've done such a good job. The hands are on the wheels. The actual body of the person looks really good. The seating position, even the helmet, like everything is just well done. Maybe probably my favorite part though of this car is those rims. Stunning looking rim. Hello mates. CT Vibes, is it? CT Vibes. Hello mate. Thanks for joining. All right, let's move on to the RX-7s. Because I think I'm losing a crowd on the old TikTok. I know it can get boring looking at cars, but I did want to show these off. So let's get the RX-7s, the triple threats in, because we've got all three of these sent to us, which is so incredible. I'm so lucky to have these sent, and I've been hanging for this car. It's a car that I think should have been done a long time ago, on mass production, and I'm really glad that it's come via BRM. I'm going to go out on a limb and say definitely, I reckon, I don't know if it's been mentioned, I don't know this for a fact, but I reckon Slot It will do one. I think Maurizio from Slot It actually has an RX-7 in real life. If he doesn't, I'll be surprised because it's such a beautiful car. Yes, I know you might run out of liveries after a while, but surely the RX-7 is a car that people want to see going around track. Surely. That's my thought. So my pick out of the bunch, looking at them now, I've got them. So my best rim for this would have to be car number 7. I love that aero style rim. That's kind of coming in fashion now with a lot of the racing cars. A lot of the tuner cars are going with that hot plate rim. I think that's the best looking rim. I don't know, let me know what you think. And then if we look at the best color, I am really struggling between the orange and the green. They are literally, let me look at them. They are literally the same model. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they are the same model when it comes to the design of the body, just different color. So we'll use green as a reference, but you will see that there's a difference between 7 and 7 because let me use 77 so I don't confuse everyone. So 77 and 7 being the same base, they are a different model, literally a different model, which I think any Corvettes, we do have a Corvette, not here with me, but it is from a different brand. But these have just been released from Italy. They've just been sent to me from Italy. So in this mix of cars, no Corvettes. No Corvettes today. So sorry about that, no Corvettes. But we can get Corvettes, yes. 77 and 7 have a different body, completely different body when it comes to the body kit itself. You can see that the flares are different on the rear. They're like your traditional bolt-on flare. And then on 7, which I prefer 7's body, has got that pumped guard effect, almost like it's been fiberglassed on. Like back in the day, they would have either welded or fiberglassed that on, where these are your traditional screw-ins, even with the little screw holes, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's really, really cool. So nice car on the front, which is missing on 7. You got some spotties, and I think we've got a more squared off front. Actually, that's a massive difference. So let's take a look at 77's front first. You've got your rubber bumper, which in real life would have been rubber, your spotlights, and then you've got a nice little air duct with some other floodlights down the bottom. Obviously, if this is racing in fog weather or low light, you're going to have really good lighting. My biggest concern about that is, of course, the lights don't work, which is unfortunate. We should have working lights. No pop-up lights on this one, but that's another, I guess, another added to the pricing if you are going to buy that. So turning around to 7, look at this, squared off, really squared off. Got a nice big bit of mesh in there, like proper mesh. I think that looks pretty good. A really nice looking mesh. So I reckon that's going to be my pick of the bunch. So I'm going to quickly, because where am I? Because I might change cameras. Let me just quickly change cameras. I'm going to stop the TikTok one because it is starting to get a bit jerky, beef jerky. Let me bring the the YouTube back just so I can see it a bit better. Yeah. So I'm going to try and bring you guys in another camera. I actually want to bring a better camera in for the YouTube crew because I do want to show this. So I know you guys are going to be more wanting to see this than others. But I do want to quickly show off. So we've done the RX-7s. I want to quickly show you what we received. Oh no, we haven't done the BRM. Oh, whoa, big man. BRM. Again, one of the saddest, and I'm going to say this, one of the saddest days. I'm going to quickly turn this camera around because there are better cameras on the back. Hello, guys. This camera on the back is much better. Yes, that's better. Let's get some vision happening. Jesus, Trav. I'll close that so you don't get rebounds from the screen. But we've got ourselves a 124 scale Ford Capri. And again, the saddest day I think so far was selling my BRM collection. But look at that. We do have a missing light. We will fix that. Whoopsies. We will fix that. So that won't be a problem. Again, 124 in scale. So if we put that beside an RX-7, it's a monster. And this is where choosing track also comes into play. I mean, what track do you choose to run these cars? And I'm going to say you wouldn't be choosing a Scalextric track, unfortunately. I love my Scalextric, but the track itself wouldn't really support these cars where you're kind of starting at Carrera now and working your way. Either would you go Scale Auto, which I haven't had a good chance at Scale Auto yet. You know, would you go Polycar, which from memory, Polycar was a little bit small. I haven't got all these tracks in hand, but I remember Polycar was a little bit small. So there is the BRM. I want to quickly look at the card handout to see what other liveries were there, because from memory, We had another, we had 4. So there we go. That's your 4 liveries with your printout of the car itself. So did we get the nicest livery? What are we, 52? I think we did. The orange is nice. 53 is really, really nice. I think 53 is a winner. Yeah, I think 53 is a winner. 4 looks nice, but out of the blues, yeah, I think 53. So that's that one. That's the good old BRM. So let's chuck him back. And I want to bring out some Scalextric stuff because we did receive some Scalextric goodies as well for mostly for TikTok. We've been doing some digital racing on TikTok, which has been going really well. I haven't had a chance to keep up appearances because it's been flat out in personal life stuff. So I will get back into that. But what did we get sent to us? I'm going to bring out a couple of things because there's multiples. We got ourselves a couple of their controllers, which I'll explain why in a tick. We also got 6 of their digital chips, which we'll probably install one on a car now just to make it nice and simple. What else did we get? What else did we get? Hold on. Just going to see if I can actually give you guys a better mic as well. Because let me see if this mic will work. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Let me see if that's working. Can I get a mic check, guys? Can you actually hear me better now? Is the mic working? Just let me know if the mic's working. We also got ourselves some extra digital chips because we want to try something on TikTok. So we've got 6 controllers, 6 digital chips. I hope you can hear me. Let me know in the comments if you can because I don't have volume. We also got, let me move this out of the way, some lane changes. We got 2 of these, so we can set up a lane changer or 2 on a Scalextric track. We're going to try and replicate what I've been doing with Carrera. So hopefully the Carrera stuff, hopefully the Scalextric can perform as good as the Carrera when it comes to the ghost cars. So we got 2 of those lane changes, and we got 2 extension track pieces. 2 boxes of these because we want to try and build a bigger track, which have got 4 standard straights and some radius corners. So plenty of track to build a decent size layout. So that's it. That's what we received from Scalextric. So the next time you should see a video of me putting it all together. But I do want to quickly show off the RX-7 if I don't break the box, because I think they've done a great job on these. I think they really have. I mean, the front of this looks really good. It looks really good. And the rims are spot on. They've actually mimicked the rim the same as good old movie. So I'm surprised that, I mean, I'm not surprised, but there's no generic rim on that. That's a proper rim that they would have used in the movie. So there you go. Some goodies that we had delivered. Let me quickly do an overshot of the track so you can see, because this is what we'll be doing on TikTok. We do have a track layout. We have done ourselves quite a basic one this week because these cars do race themselves. They are racing around the digital track. And of course, with the Scalextric stuff, I'll be tearing down the Carrera track and then putting up a Scalextric one, running that for a day, and then reversing that cycle day in, day out, because we do have a lot of Scalextric cars to get around track, which is why I brought a heap out to show. But the stars of the show today have to be these beautiful BRM cars. They've done such a good job on those. We've got the Fast and Furious cars out here. They're going to be digital as well. We've got a couple up the top there. So very exciting stuff. Now, I am expecting to get some cars, hopefully from Carrera. And we do, if anyone's watching and has a Carrera set, I'm going to show you a fault that I've been getting on my lane changer, because yes, not everything is perfect. So we have lane changer. I can actually, let me remove some stuff off the bench, because I want to show you to see if you guys are getting the same fault. And if you are, I might have a quick fix, because it's going to come down to, geez, I've got too much stuff. It's going to come down to the good old actuator that's in there, the business that's making it flick. Let me just put these all aside. Once we put these aside, I can then get some cars going around so you can actually see if it faults or not. And it's probably going to make a liar to me and not fault me. You watch.
So I'm just moving these cars just so we've got some room. We've got too much stuff out here now. All right, done. So let me turn the track on. Beep, beep. And let me see if these cars are going to go past and actually change. So that one's okay. See, that one didn't change. That one did. So we have an issue. That one changed. That one didn't. So we are having an issue with Tiny Tots. Hello, mates. How are you? Hello, hello. So we are having an issue with that lane change. There you go. That one didn't change then either. So we are having an issue with. Let's see if it does it. No. There you go.
Now there's a fix to it. Now it's sorted itself out. So I've got a funny feeling either the sensor itself isn't happy, so the sensor isn't reading what the car is doing. Let's see if it goes again. They've come across, he's gone across. Let's see if this one happens now. No, so there you go. It is definitely, and if I move it physically and put it back, it normally then works. So there's something wrong with that actuator in there that's pushing these pins across, and that's happening on both of them. So now they're working. So once I get it sort of warmed up, which you shouldn't have to do this, but so that one didn't work. That one worked, but you can hear it hit it. It clicks. It's actually hitting the car. So is that because it's too high up? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. So let's see that again. Yeah, there you go. It's doing it again. I just touched it, then I just pushed it down. Did it again. So now they're both not working. So let me know if you're having issues with that. Be interested to find out, but I will be trying to do a fix on this. I will be ordering the parts internally to see if I can get it to work, because it actually is hindering my racing, and I'm going to have some digital racing, proper digital racing here soon. Okay, that one was okay because it shouldn't go two at once. Let's see what happens here. Nope. That was a big smash. Nope. Yes, yes. So it happens when it wants to happen, which realistically is pretty shitty. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that. So let me get out a Scalextric one. I'm going to put you guys up in the air. Oh, we've had a crash. An expensive crash. Ooh, I don't want to crash those too much. So I'm going to put you guys up here because I've had a fair few questions about size on Scalextric, and if I can get time to do a full-length video, I will. Just got to try and find the time to get all this stuff done, to be honest. But if I take out this Scalextric changeover, you're going to definitely see a size difference in track. And this is why the question's asked of me all the time, Trav, which size track would you go? It's really, really hard. Wrong way around. Idiot. It's really, really hard to say because I don't know what people's circumstances are when it comes to room size. But if you have a look at that, there is a massive size orientation blocked, okay, whatever that means. There is definitely a massive size difference when it comes to the track. I mean, we've got a huge difference when it comes to the width you can get, which is why I say if you're going to run 1/24 scale, you probably wouldn't do it on a Scalextric track. And the second thing, the reason I would say that is your actual guide slot. Will this actually go in? Oh, it does, but it's tight. Oh, that's tight. So your guide slot, yeah, that's where you're going to have issues. With a Carrera car, which you're not going to bother because it's not a digital car for Scalextric. So this won't be an issue realistically, but if you are running a reverse chip, you can probably find yourself a chip that lets this run Scalextric. You're going to have issues when you come in to change lanes because you're going to hit that crossover merely because your guide is too big and the track is too small. Now put these both side by side and you don't have much room to play as well. So when people ask me about track, Trav, which one do I buy? It's really up to you, but for me, because I can use space, that's why I choose this for my big racing. But if you've got no space, I would definitely go with Scalextric because the tighter track gives you I'm going to say a better better track for a smaller space. That is my honest opinion on the Scalextric stuff. I don't know if they've actually changed to stainless steel yet. You might have to let me know. I don't know if they've changed to stainless steel rails. If they haven't, they really need to, because Carrera has, which is why I can leave this outside. I mean, this has been outside. If you take a look at it here, I'm out here in Europe, and it's a rainy day today. It was sunny yesterday, really hot yesterday, but yet I can leave this track set up outside because this is the only space I've got. And nothing happens to it, other than potentially the sensors, which we've just figured out the sensors have gone wrong. The sensors on this little guy could be the issue because it's been out in the sun. I don't know that. It's brand new. We have a second one coming. So when the second one comes, I can tear this one down and replace the internals, which isn't hard. There's only 2 little solenoids in there. But yeah, there you go. There's your size difference, size comparisons. Let's quickly try a Revo because they've got a smaller, from memory, smaller guide. Yeah, they do. So Revo, not a problem. The Revo guide, not a problem. And if we go to do a digital crossover, not a problem. Revo's beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, if you had the extensions on this, so it makes it as wide as probably the Carrera track, then your 132s wouldn't be a problem. I still think they should invest in, and my honest opinion to them would be to invest in changing track size. And the reason I say that is because if all the other competition, and 72 people watching, thank you guys. If you've got any questions, let me know. If you're, oh shit, the power's still on. I forgot, lucky I didn't put this guy down. I forgot the power was on. That's dangerous. I'll let him go for a spin while I'm talking. I think every brand who is now producing track, still broken. Come on. I think, I'll see if this one works quickly. Yeah, because I made that work. Let me see if it works on its own. Yep, one more time. No, so it's faulty. So she's faulty. She's faulty. What was I saying? What was I saying? Shit, I forgot. Yeah, so Scalextric track. I think my recommendations to them, and it would be a massive, massive job for them to do it, would be to redesign their track. I mean, this goes with AFX as well. I think the time is now to reinvest in your own style of track. The reason I say that, there's never been so much competition now when it comes to track in in the late to early 2000s, where everyone is either getting into digital, because we've got Scalextric digital. Now let's talk about the flippers. These look like a better quality flipper than Carrera. That's why there's plus and minuses to every brand. I mean, the Carrera one literally is a bit of pin, like a bit of, I wouldn't say it's wire, but it's metal. It's poked down, and that is literally all it is. And it's dragging on the base underneath, where this looks like a proper, I look at this as like a flipper, as like a pinball flipper. So the quality of the digital changeover looks a lot better. But the problem you're going to have is it's a small piece of track. So in saying that, I think Scalextric's next big move, they've gone JDM. We've seen them with the Japanese cars. Let's bring them over because we are talking slot cars as well. They have gone JDM, so we've got a lot of beautiful JDM cars coming out, which is their next big move, which we've just seen them do that. Jake, hello, mate. Kinnon, hello, mate. Hello, guys. I'll come back and look at the chat each time, but thank you, guys. Thank you for joining. We're having a bit of a chat. We've had a big unboxing this morning, a heap of Revo stuff. Now we're taking a look at the digital changeover because the good folk at Scalextric have sent me a lot of track to make a digital track for TikTok, and I've got a project I'm working on for YouTube, so bear with me. I'm trying to get it all done. But I'm now talking the next big move for the brands, in my opinion. Of course, I'm not paid by any brand, so I'm not here to push any product for anyone, because honestly I don't get paid, never been paid by any brand ever, not once. So might be surprising to some people, but I've never been paid. So what I'm saying is exactly what I think and what I believe, and it is time, in my opinion, for Scalextric to do a new piece of track, wider track, so it can actually allow brands like BRM. It is a competitive brand, but you have to incorporate your you have to incorporate your track to allow any brand. Yes, they're a competitor, but people are going to still buy I'm going to call these the offshoot brands, because without this or Carrera, these probably wouldn't exist, because people know these guys first, then they go into the hobby and go, what else is there? And then they get into forums and channels like mine and others, and they start finding out about cars like this. Then they go and put them on their track, and realistically, let's get this big boy out. Let's put him on both tracks, and we'll see how big this guy really is. And this is why I think there's got to be a handshake agreement between... That's massive. That looks stupid. That's friggin' massive. On that track, that's too big. Hello, Clef WX. Hello, mate. That's why they need a redesign. Look at that. Oh, shish. Look at that. It's massive. It's way too big. You can't run 124 on this track. As soon as you kick out, either way, you're hitting each other or you're off track. Unless you put shoulders on, which is fine, but the shoulders don't make it really much bigger. I mean, it does, but it's probably a little bit bigger than what a Carrera piece of track would be. And if we put that on here, hey, power's still on. I'm not going to put him down now, but anyways, if you put him on track, you've still got some wriggle room on the side, which is the big difference. So, let me know what you guys think. I have sent some thoughts to Scalextric. They've been really good with me this year and last year. They've been really supportive of sending product. And I wouldn't say listening to everything I say, but just listening in general to the public. Hence why you've got cars like this, which I still think is incredible. Thank God we've got some JDM stuff. It's about time we move. BRM mini cars work well on Scalextric, but the bigger cars, yeah, no, they definitely do. I'm never going to say never. And Jake, you're bang on. The BRM minis, which realistically are just an oversized 132 in a sense. They're a lot taller and a lot bigger, I guess you'll say. But realistically, yes, it's a true 124 scale car, but it isn't. I mean, even this is a small, on scale, this is a very small 124 scale car, the Ford Capri. You get yourself a Camaro or something bigger, even on the Scalextric track, which the ones I had back in Australia, you do struggle without extensions on a Carrera track. So yes, you can run 124. That is not a problem. What I am saying is, even with 132, the standard size is too small. It is too small now. You've got Polycar, which is a little bit bigger, I believe. Scale Auto, which is heaps bigger. It's almost like your Carrera track. Who else have we got making track? SCX, I haven't had my hands on them. I have been speaking with them to try and get some of their stuff on because I do want to show their digital system because, again, it's another option. But everyone who is making track has kind of stepped up the game, or if they're getting into the world of track making, they're making it bigger. So I think the investment, I don't know what the numbers are at Scalextric. I don't know how much they sell yearly. I don't work for them. If there is revenue from the trains that are left over to then, I guess, R&D for another toy, I would be putting my money on designing a better track. And the reason I say that is because you want to incorporate all the brands. That's my own opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not too sure if you agree with that or not. So there is your track size. Lengths come in all shapes and sizes. Scalextric do quite a long straight. I mean, without being a digital straight, this is a standard, I think from memory. I've got the, where is it? You can probably get one out and have a look. We've got the digital track. Sorry, digital. You're an idiot, Trev. It's not digital. We've got the hot. I can't even. I'm about to have a stroke, I think. Guys, I'm about to have a stroke. If you see me fall over, call the Austrian ambulance. So if I bring in this guy, which is why we are using this week, which I hope you can see that. If you bring in this guy, your standard straights are pretty big. They do make a couple of different size straights. So when it comes to track size, what you can create with Scalextric, their actual track pieces in length are pretty good compared to a Carrera. And I'm only doing the toy brands because I don't have the other stuff on me. I'm trying to get it, but I won't lie, it's quite difficult to get every brand to support, which I understand. I can't afford to buy them all, hence why I don't have everything on channel. But if we put two bits of straight side by side, don't worry about the size anymore, but you can see the straight piece that you get from Scalextric is a lot bigger, which does help when it comes to designing a track because you have to use less track to build on purpose. But if you look at their digital sections, which is Carrera, they've purposely, I don't know if this is a good design or not, but they've purposefully split their straights into two, literally into two. So they've kept their maths So if you're building a track, you know your digitals and your standards are going to be the same size. If that's a design flaw, I don't know, because I think all the mechanics for the Carrera track are in the first piece. The second piece is literally just a straight with some crossover, where you've got no split here at all on a piece of track, which I think that might be better by design. Let me know what you guys think. If there's no split at all in the track, so there's going to be no flex in the guts, which this will flex in the guts, it might be a better design, but they need a bigger track. Now let's talk texture. let's get stuck in the texture, baby. Hello, Millian G Gull 360. I hope I got that wrong and right. I hope I got that right, actually. If we're talking texture, I have issues with both. I still look at Ninko as one of the best that was ever done. Yes, Ninko is very coarse. Back in the day, I'm going to say this wrong, but the paint that people used to do their stock car tracks was Ferrari. I'm saying it wrong. Shoot me down in the comments. Which was a very harsh texture. There's still some trucks out there that do it. Ninko was very much a plastic representation of that, where we've now got a softer wearing track, and every bit of texture is different. This is not too bad. The Carrera track does pretty well with their tyres. Yes, they've got a new tyre now, so we are seeing some better gripping cars with their synthetic tyre. This is synthetic. If I can bring over a synthetic. Oh, stroke time coming. These are rubber. So you've still got some of the old tyres out there that are the rubber. And now I'm finding when I'm racing the digital stuff on TikTok, when we're letting these guys do their job, the big difference between the synthetic, I was almost said silicon because I don't know what the compound is, to be honest. The synthetic versus the rubber, you can already see you're getting real wear on the cars. That's my only thing. The only reason I like the older tyres, you are getting rubbering in. Look at the difference. These cars have been used the same amount of time. This is 2008. This is 2024. Completely different era, but they've both been brought out of their boxes the same time. So this is brand new old stock, and this is obviously brand new, and you can see you're getting tyre wear. Now, is that a good thing? In my opinion, yes. I want to see my tyres wear down because I want to know that this is doing the job. You rubber it in, you'll get to a point where you'll start pushing through it. You'll get slippery for a while, and then like a real car, it'll burn through it. You'll get into another layer of really good rubber, and then eventually it just turns to shit. But the problem you're going to have with real rubber, as we have all found, if you're a collector, finally a NASCAR live. Finally a NASCAR live. What do you mean? We haven't raced it yet. We'll be doing it on YouTube soon. So we'll have racing coming soon, guys, definitely. But at the moment we're just talking. We've got a massive delivery today, so I wanted to show you guys first. So thank you for jumping on. 93 in the stream. Thanks, guys. Thank you. So we are talking tyres. Again, people, I'm not a professional. I know I get shot down in the comments a lot by, I'll say the slot car mafias out there, but these are my opinions of what I've found using slot cars. In my extensive use over the last 5 years on YouTube, I've found this is the stuff that happens. But the reason Carrera, and if you remember, we did a live. If you haven't seen it, it's the only live that Carrera's got on their channel. You go check it out. If you go to their live section on YouTube, they've only got one live, and it was mine and theirs. We were talking about tyre compounds. That was when these were slowly coming in, people asking for racing tyres. So in my opinion, that's not going to happen. I don't know the ins and outs of Carrera. I don't work for them. But what I do know is what they tell me is the stuff that I can tell is a lot of the stuff that they are doing, I guess, is like the other toy brands, is around licensing. That's their main product, is what license can they grab and sell to the people. Because again, Carrera and Scalextric are in the business of selling toys. That's their toy brand. They are a toy brand where, like I said earlier, and I'll get shut down for this, people have their own opinions, and this is mine. This is a hobbyist, and yes, some people are going to be like, oh, they're all toys. I don't think they are. I really don't. I think when you start looking at brands like BRM, Revo, this is where you start moving into the adjustable cars that you'll go racing with. Yes, I'm going to say you can race with these. I will be racing with these. The most fun racing I do is digital racing with the standard sets. I friggin' love it. And I've got some boys coming over soon to live stream some digital race. Listen to that. She's screwed. Digital racing. But if you want to go racing, yes, you need a hobbyist car. Start adjusting it, float in the chassis, all that fun stuff, which I'm not the greatest at. And obviously the parts and pieces in this is a lot better quality, much better quality, to the point where you're looking at parts and pieces that are machined beautifully. Where I've been doing some testing with the Carrera stuff, and we are going to be doing some testing with Scalextric as well. Again, they've been incredible. We are going to be running their digital system on TikTok and YouTube. I'm very new to the digital system. I know all the tricks that we need to do with Carrera, and my job now is to figure out what I can do with this brand, because I want to replicate what I do on Carrera's digital system, so I understand both of them in and out. So if anyone asks me a question, Trav, what can I do with this? I can tell you guys. So at the moment, I know a little bit about the Scalextric digital system, but I've been extensively using Carrera for all my digital racing, which is about to change. We're about to do 50-50 split, which I think is fair, because again, I'm going to say it, most important brands in my collection are these two, and I don't care what anyone says. The toy stuff is what makes this stuff happen. Without these guys, we're not getting this shit, and this is stunning. If you are just joining, there's 104 of you. Thank you. Take a look at Revo's latest RX-7s. I mean, piss off. Look at it. And this is why I love this hobby. I'm a model car collector. I've always loved model cars. But this is just next level. And you can sit that on your shelf and go, that's an RX-7 model. You can. It doesn't matter, because it looks like a model car, which is why I'm glad they've gone that way. If you draw your mind back, and I don't have them up here in Australia, I've got a couple of cars that I kept out of my collection. If you look back at some of the really well-modeled cars that were models, not slot cars, which is the big difference, they drove like shit. They really drove like shit. And now that we've got the technology to build model cars, even like this guy, I mean, look at this. I mean, yes, we could have done this years ago, but, basic stuff like using a magnet, which isn't groundbreaking, but it friggin' is. So then you can get a massive rear spoiler on there without worrying about it snapping off, because a lot of people... Yes, mate, we'll be going live later on TikTok, buddy. Yep, I'll have some racing on TikTok live. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, mate. The RX-7 one here in Port... which colour? Did you guys go white kits? Who was that? Jake, did you guys go white kits, or did you guys go liveries? Hello, buddy. Hubby. Hello, mates. I hope you're well, bud. I hope you're well. Brother from another mother. Hello, mates. I hope you're well, Slot Car Hub. I hope you're well, buddy. We'll have to get you on soon, mate. We'll have to get you on and have a chat to see how Australia's going. That one. Oh, okay, super. Now, I'm going to quickly show you, because we've got a lot more people who are joining in, and thank you for those that are jumping in. I've gone live for the Australian time, the best I can. I haven't got much time during the day at the moment, guys, so thank you everyone who is jumping on. So if you are on the fence, and we just received these from BRM today, so I'm so happy. Thank you, BRM. But if you do look at the two models, I get a lot of people inboxing me. Oh, I thought you meant you won in a slot car race. Yes. Okay, so this car won in Portland in 1980. There you go. I don't know the history of these cars, guys. I know the history of RX-7, as in Australia back in my day, and I'm going to say on a limb, Hub's day as well. We had these cars as daily drivers. This is what we drove. JDM cars, Holdens, Fords. This era is what we were allowed to buy for friggin' peanuts. So I don't know the history of these liveries. I'll never try and pretend that I do. I honestly don't. But I do want to show you what BRM do that is extra special is with their model cars. So you're looking at two RX-7s here, basically the same mold, but they're not. And this is why I love what they do. So let's take a quick look at the front. I did this before, but I'm going to show it again. We've got a nice, on this one here, the Akai, we've got a nice flat bit of, I guess you'll say, front bumper, very squared off. The car is intentionally squared off, and you can see here you got a bit of mesh work happening. But then you look at the side skirts, and we've got pumped guards, like traditional, I guess you'll call them fiberglass / welded pump guards that sort of square off the car beautifully. From the top, it looks incredible, big whale tail. Then you'll come to this guy, same car again, keep in mind, same car, not much has changed when it comes to the model, but it has. Like, we've got floodlights now on the front, 4 sets of floodlights, still a beautiful bit of mesh work here, beautiful bit of mesh work in there, a couple of floodlights. Then we'll go on to the actual pumped guards, and now we'll go on traditional. You've got your screwed in pump guards, traditional countersunk screwed in pump guards. And that's why I love what BRM do, because we're getting variations of cars that they're using, I'm guessing the same mold. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you if they are the same mold. I'm guessing they're not, because they're not, but they've got the same chassis. But that's what they're doing. They're going out on a limb and making two different makes here. And I think that's incredible. So now that you've seen that one, I better quickly show you the third, because this one's grown on me. This is my favorite. My favorite number, my favorite looking car at the moment. That's the pick of the bunch for the RX-7s. That green, I'm not from the 70s. Yeah, hubby, you bang on. You bang on. They are friggin' incredible. I did say it before, BRM, Revo, they've got to be my best brand. I just love what they are doing. Look at the rim. I mean, bloody hell. I mean, the rim, to me, is a very important part of the car. A rim makes the car. If you can't get the rim looking good, the car's going to look shit. And I think it sits really well. I think the pump guards have done a good job of separating. Hello, Sean. Hello, mates. Welcome to the stream. I reckon they've done a really good job of making the rim sit as good as they can on, I mean, if you look at that, it's just on the inside of the pumped guard. And if you go around to the back, they've done a really good job of making it sit nice and flush. I mean, that's tricky in itself. Exhaust pipes, they do a friggin' epic job. Now, I've got to say, this is my favorite out of the liveries at the moment for the RX-7s. Thank you to Revo for sending those, because they are friggin' incredible. I was so giddy when I opened the box this morning. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. But let's bring over this guy. I have done some damage to it, which is a simple fix. Porsche fan, if you watch my channel, if you follow me, you know I'm a Porsche guy. I'll live and die for Porsche forever. But it looks incredible. But this livery, and it's a real livery, it's the Interscope, doesn't do this car justice. They've done an incredible job on the mold. Yes, there's a missing part here. It's there. I knocked it off by accident. My fault. But again, they've gone out with the beautiful BBS style rim. The paint job is extremely well done. They've gone on a livery that doesn't look, I mean, it doesn't really stand out. In my opinion, it loses the shape of the car, but they've still taken a dive on this livery, and I'm glad they did. Because the other ones, if I bring the other ones over, which I don't have them physically, so I can't really speak on behalf or what their finish and fit would be, but I'm going to tell you, they're going to be friggin' epic. It just shows you how beautiful the other liveries are. So my favourite is definitely the Bosch. I think that's Bosch up the top. I mean, get stuff. Look at that wing. Look at that rear spoiler. And then they've done it again. They've made a separate model that's completely different. I mean, you can't beat that. You've got two very similar, and then you've got a completely different mold again, which bravo to them, because it wouldn't be cheap. We know it's not cheap to make a slot car to that quality. What else did we get? The Mercedes, have I got that out? I have. It's already on its side. We already checked out the Mercedes, so if you guys haven't seen that, it's grown on me. It really is. When I first pulled it out of the box, I'm a big fan of green. Again, a single colour livery, in my opinion, is really hard to pull off. It loses the shape. And if it's the wrong colour, the car can look shit. But the more I'm looking at it, and that's just because I've actually got to adjust that chassis, which is why I like these hobby cars, because you can actually make it work. My big pick with these is the digital. As in, you can't make them digital? Is that what you're saying? As in, it's a bit harder, because that is my next task. Let me get you guys in some light so you can see, because I'm with you. I'm about to do a digital conversion to a Scalextric, so let me segue to that while you give me an answer if you can. Hey guys, I will be doing these streams regularly. If you guys are enjoying this stuff, I'll get StreamYard up and going again so I can get guests on, but I've been a bit quiet on the lives. Let me just bring this over. Yeah. And do I have a digi chip up here? I don't think I do. No, I don't. I don't have a digi chip, as in a Carrera. So I agree. This, and I actually, if you are joining, we did mention this before. Hello, Sean. Hello, mate. Yes, I've seen your hellos. Hello, buddy. Hope you're well. I completely agree. I did make mention before, because we've got a fair few people coming and going. Firstly, I made mention. Hold on, we might have a delivery. Nope, no delivery. I'm actually waiting on a delivery. I did make mention before about, sorry, wrong brand, about Scalextric. If you guys agree, let me know, because I will put it to them. I think they need to redesign their track, bigger, wider. I'm trying to get my hands on polycar track. I'm struggling to get that sent to me here. and Scale Auto, because I do want to do a full comparison so we can actually say that, you know, is this track going to be the track that gets left behind because of the size? That's all I'm talking about, is the size, because every brand at the moment who is making track are definitely bigger. And why I'm saying that is because you've just mentioned about the digital iteration of a Revo slot. Now, without me even trying, I'm guessing that's going to be for a Scalextric DigiChip. Let me know, guys. I've never done one. I will. Oh, mate, digital is the future. I don't care what anyone says. I think digital is number one. In my opinion, I believe it was let down. Digital should have been big 10 years ago, but it just wasn't. But it should be. Digital is the future. You can't replace analog. You know, you never replace the original way of racing, but we need more digital. I think digital is incredible. So I'm trying to get the chip out. Without sizing it up, it looks like that's going to fit. I don't know if that's actually going to fit for that. Maybe it will. We don't know. I actually haven't done one of those conversions yet. So let me know if you guys have done a conversion. Hey, Smart Race. Okay, guys. We need to get Smart Races here. While I've got his attention, Smart Race. Let me talk to you. This is directly you. Everyone can turn their phones off for a tick. No, don't turn your phones off. So, Smart Race. I've just been sent a heap of digital by Carrera. We need to talk offline again. I think I may mention in an email that I'm trying to get the ghost cars to be recognized as a real driver. You did say that there was limitations to the Carrera system. Can we make the ghost cars on Scalextric perform and be recognized with your system as a real driver? So I want to code 6 cars as ghost cars. I want them to perform a race for demo purposes. Everyone should be able to do this. Can we do that with your system? Some Revos are made to fit Carrera chips. Yes, and that was the question I was hoping to find. I can't find the chip, but that there is definitely for Carrera. That's got to be the Carrera sensor. There is a chip floating around here somewhere. It must be downstairs. It's definitely not here. Actually, let me go get that. Guys, if you can just hold on for 2 seconds. Let me go get a digital chip, and let's do it. Let's have a look. I've got one here somewhere. No, it's downstairs. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I will be back. I will go get a chip. So we do have a digital chip. I hope my cameras keep back in. I'm going to bring you guys back around here so we can sit and talk because it's starting to rain. I'll get some of this stuff out of the rain. The rains are coming. Let me get this out for you. Let's take this over because I'm interested because I'm trying to get every brand involved with this digital racing. It's been going really well on TikTok. We've been having sometimes 700 people watching, which is incredible for the hobby. But ghost cars can't change lanes. Yeah, shit. I wish you didn't say that because that's the R&D I'm doing for the moment for them because I'm trying to replicate that. Can you write new code? Can their code be adapted? Smart Race, can their code be adapted to suit updates? I mean, is there anything? I mean, they've got to let you get into it, I guess, then, but it has to be done. That to me is an oversight. Massive oversight. Like realistically, sorry guys, I'm gonna get your camera setted. Sorry, you're gonna get a bit seasick here for a tick. Under the sea. Let me get you in there. Sorry guys, sorry. Here we go. Hello car. All right, let me get you in there whilst my dog, Charlie, what are you doing? Charlie, what are you eating? No! Don't eat the bugs. Bloody blue healer. All right, let me get this in here for you. Hold on, tick. Stand by. All right, there we go. So I'm going to get some tools. I'm going to grab a couple of tools. And let me sit down and let's crack one open because we do have a DigiChip from Carrera. There is an unfortunate nothing I can do. I already talked to Simon Owen, but I'm not sure if they're interested in changing that. Don't worry, mate. I'll join you on that. I think there needs to be a lot of changes. I think look, what can I say? And none of this is my brand, and I don't have any money invested, so I can easily say this without losing anything, of course. Hello, Slots for Fun. Yeah, Aussie dog, he's here. She's here. It's a girl. It's a girl. I completely agree. I think if this hobby is going to last, and I don't care if anyone copies and pastes this comment and shows other people, if this hobby is going to last the next 10, 15, 20 years, they've got to start thinking how to incorporate digital and analog together. Scalextric has already done that. We know ARC allows you to run digital, flick of the switch, analog. I spoke to Carrera about that 2 years ago when I was doing the live stream, when we were doing the launch of some of the stuff. Realistically, that needs to happen ASAP for all brands, because you don't want to miss out on using another brand on your track. Massive oversight. I think the days of gatekeeping your product away from others is done. I mean, these brands all have to kind of allow each other to do something similar, but obviously not the same, if that makes any sense. Second to that, brands outside of the toy brands, so, you know, Revo, Fly, Scale Auto, everything, everyone, Slot It, all of them, and I know they're already doing this for some stuff, need to incorporate a chassis the best they can for a digital chip from the brands, because they want to be used on track. So it's a bit of a double handshake here. How does that all look? I don't know. I'm not one person here that likes to bring an issue forward without a resolution. Do I have a resolution? No, because I don't know what the R&D is going on behind the scenes. I mean, in a perfect world, let's look at a couple of digital chips here. And these are old. You got to remember, guys, these digital chips are friggin' ancient. There's been an update to Carrera. So let's have a look at the old Carrera chip. They need to work together. They need to, because look, if I'm honest, and this is my honest opinion, this hobby will slowly die off. You've got a lot of older people in it that are, you know, that are big in the hobby, and once they get older and it becomes a hobby that's sort of, you know, no longer being used, but there's a lot of people that will just die away, like not realistically, but slowly dip away, and the hobby will be affected by it because they won't have as much interest in it because it is an aging hobby. This is the savior, my opinion. This is the savior, digital, that works with everything. So anyways, here is your Carrera digital chip from 1912. Issue we see here is it's massive. It has now been redesigned with these dog legs. I can't show you because it's in a car. These dog legs have been cut off, so you're now down to a little bit of a stub. So if I put my finger there, that's your chip now. That's what your chip looks like from Carrera. I guarantee you that this chip can be made smaller now. It could be updated. It could be rejigged so that it's instead of having a hole, where is it? Instead of having a light sensor on the right, so every chassis, which I'm guessing this one is going to be for that, and we are right because I can see that Revo has done it. Let me put it in. It's not perfect, but it's going to be close enough. So there you go. There is your Carrera fitted digital chip. Simple as that. There is an issue though. There is a couple flaws here. We do have an adjustable floating mount here for your center chassis. I hope you guys can see that. If you can't, let me know. You do have a mount here that allows you to adjust some of the float in the chassis. If you're into racing, I know Hub is. He knows more about this than me. But in the few years of mucking around with these cars, we do know you want some body float. You want to adjust these. That is in the way still. So that is an afterthought, which is so it should be because this is a Revo slot car. It's not Carrera, but they've at least gone to the effort of putting a spot that you can at least get digital in it, which now allows me to run this on my Carrera track and add a higher element of racing. Realistically, this is a shit better car than what a Carrera car can do realistically around a track without the magnets. I'm going to say without magnets, because any car with a magnet can stick like shit to a blanket, but this won't. Yes, it comes with a magnet. I don't want to talk about that. I'm not a mag or mag-less guy. I couldn't give a shit about that. If you like magnets, awesome, because you know what? Some cars need it. I don't care about that. Scale, size, leave that for the other people. But what I'm saying is this chassis has been designed beautifully, and this is why this brand is friggin' incredible. I mean, look at that. We can get a chip in there. If I get a bit of tape across that, we're done. So, yes. Can we go digital with Revo? Bloody earth you can. Awesome idea. Let's check out quickly a Scalextric chip. Put Scalextric chip in. If I can open it up. Probably can't open it up. I am hopeless. Easy fit. I was going to say something in, but I won't. Banned. Easy fit. Get yourself an easy fit chip. Oh, let's open that up. Blah. Blah. So I don't know if this is going to actually go in at all. I've never done this, so. Oh, well, that one won't, because it's friggin' going to be dog. That was a pretty convincing accent. I'm going to try German in a minute, then you're going to be real pissed off. Dankeschön. Alles gut. So there is no easy way to put this one in. Now, there is an issue with these chips. The first thing you're going to see is the chip itself. Oh, can I take it apart? Do I want to take it apart? Yes, I do. So, Agalenta Habibi. Hello, mate. Thanks for joining. I hope you like slot cars, because we are talking slot cars. I'm guessing this is now for this. Prove me wrong, but that's what I would use it for. Oh, actually, hold on. So you probably could, because that will still work. There you go. That will still work. I'm going to say, well, there is a certain room for improvement on the German side. What about Austrian? Oh, well, I can't speak dialect yet, so I'll work on that one for you, Mark. I'll get back to you, Barry. I can do Australian. So this chassis has just proven to be the winner. I mean, look at that. I've tried it with an NSR. I really have. I've got an NSR body over there, which I'll bring that out. I'm not favouring any friggin' cars, because I know in our hobby we've got a lot of people that get a little bit upset if I say something wrong. We've got an NSR. Let's get a slotted out as well. Let's just give everyone a run for their money. This has gone from an unboxing to can we go digital? I love digital. I don't care what anyone says. That Guy Ghost. What a name. Hello. That guy Ghost. My dog just did a poo-poo and I can smell it. Charlie, get out of the rain. That Guy Ghost. Cool name. Cool name, my man. So, we've got ourselves a slotted. We know, I believe... Adam, hello, mates. Welcome to the stream. I believe these guys fit quite easily. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe... Oh, does it? It has to, because they use oxygen. No, oxygen's different, sorry. But I thought they used the quick... I haven't tried that yet, so you guys have to let me know if that works. But, of course, reverse way around, that will go in. Potentially there is a screw in the way, but I've got a funny feeling that's going to be okay, because there's a screw hole here. So, that's, so there you go. That will fit as well. So I'd say slot it will allow you to run the DigiChip, which it probably does. I know some of the boxes say SSD. You have to remind me, guys. I have 4 spare Carrera chips sitting in the drawer looking like they may have... Mate, get them out, brother. Get them out. Seriously. Get them out. Get them out. I've got shit ton of them lying around. They're worth a fortune, so they're like gold. Get them out. The only thing that's really crap about them, which I'm upset now because I've cut them off, of course, unless you can re-solder all your motor mounts. So let's have a look at the BRM. These are just hardwired, which I love that. It's simple shit, like negative, positive, straight to the motor. Like no piss farting around. We're going straight to the motor. That's it. From guide to motor. Bang. But if you're going to fit one of these guys, you're going to have to either split the wire, which is probably the easiest way, and then solder it to your negative positive on the rear and then negative positive on the front for the front. That's the problem with these chips. They become a friggin' mess. Now, if you do want to do it properly, you can go to your hardware shop, get one of these little fitments here. First normal stream, not with any Roblox. No Roblox here, mate. Is it that bad out there, is it? Shit. Sorry about that. No Roblox here. Actually, you're probably better off going and watch a Roblox stream, if I'm being honest. Yeah, so the chip's a mess. That's the only problem with this. They need to redesign it. Surely it can be almost, a quarter of the size, realistically. So that will be my recommendation to the both brands. I am doing R&D at the moment for Scalextric. I did say that. Mark from Smart Race. Sorry, I had a brain freeze. Mark from Smart Race has done a lot of R&D. I mean, he's the man behind digital. If there's anyone that knows digital the best, is Smart Race. And I'm going to say I'm not sponsored by him. I don't hardly talk. We don't, we're not. There's no big communication behind the scenes. But his system is what should be the standard. I've always said that. So we figured out Revo slot will take both chips. Go buy yourself a Revo. That is a chassis that is meant to be played with. Now let me show you a NSR. Friggin' love NSR. Even I just broke a rim. Oh, God. I broke a lot of things. What's happened there? Is that the windows popped out? Uh-oh. We've got some damage here. Why is there damage to the window? Maybe it was sitting in this. Oh, it's been. Oh, that's been sitting in the sun. Oh, you're joking me. Oh, look at that. It was in the sun. Oh, that's shit. Yep. So, that's not good. I've got to check some of the slot cars now. That's been sitting outside in the sun. So that's why the window. Anyway, I'll cry about that off stream. So this is what it looks like when you're trying to digitalize. Is this a kit, and where can you find it? These are called Revo slots, mate. They're slot cars. You can buy them as is. Here you have an NSR car, which I've monstered into a digital, and it doesn't really have a position for it to have a sensor. I did drill a shitty hole. Do not do that. This is my, I guess, play car. It is now that it's damaged. Again, no real good space for it to sit. I mean, that was on an angle like, it's a mess. It was on an angle like that, so I was getting the sensor light through. Not reliable, but I don't think they care much about digital, to be honest, because their chassis design is a floating chassis in center. Oh shit! Yeah, go do it, mate. That's really bad. It gets hot here, but I've never seen it do that before. But that's because the plastics are, I'm going to say they're really high quality plastics, but they're very thin plastics. So they're going to do that. I'm so disappointed, but I'm keeping it. I mean, it looks like it's raising an eyebrow. I'm so disappointed. Sorry, NSR. That's my fault. And I wonder why this popped off the rim, because obviously it's been sitting in the heat. Oh, they're both coming off. Oh shit! It has done some damage. Yeah, keep your toys out, guys and girls. Don't put them. So the glue has come off. Wow, that must have been hot. Oh, I've lost another one. All right, I've got some hunting to do. Where's that gone? Okay. Anyways, that's my damage, not yours. I think the front grill's also melted. Has it? Oh shit. Oh no, it's oh god, it's grown. It's shrunk. It's shrunk on the left hand. That's hot. What else was out here? That's not good. Okay, yeah. Well, it's not the window anymore. It's the front grille as well. So you know what? We're doing a custom on this. She's going to get stripped down. She's getting stripped down. All right, that's sad. But we are talking chassis. So in a nutshell, I don't want to keep everyone hanging around too long. Revo slot looks like it's the winner. It has just got the goods. If you want to go digital, if you want to adapt the digital chip without cutting any holes at all, like nothing. I don't need to do anything to this, because you know what really hurt my feelings? Doing this, and I don't want to do it. I had to drill a hole in the bottom for the sensor, and what happens now is you've got a high burr. I reckon, oh shit, there's shit falling off this thing left, right and center. This is a sad stream. There is a burr on the bottom, so you'd have to reverse drill it, meaning drill under out, so you got the burr above. Because I've tried to sand that back, and I'm not going to do it anymore, because it's gonna make a nice little flat spot. Weight's a big issue too with cars. You don't want too much weight on one side. Blah 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 blah. It's not ready to go digital, and that's what I'm saying in a nutshell. Brands need to work together, because realistically, if we step back a bit and look at the full picture here, I've got myself a digital Carrera track. They have got a chassis that is good for fun. I mean, we've got a heap of cars that we've been running daily. BRM Mini first, then the Revo. Give us some context around that. What do you mean by that? If we're going to have all these brands working on every track, I know we can't have the same chip. I mean, this is never going to work on this. We know that. They're not going to do a chip that works both ways, but let the car's chassis do the talking, and Revo's got it. Sorry, but freaking hell. I forgot how well done this... Oh, okay, hold on. Let me read that question again. Now I know. BRM Mini Mini first. All right. Have you got a Mini or you haven't got a Mini? Because stand by. I'm going to help you make that decision. Stand by. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Going. I'm back. Don't go anywhere. So let's go back into the light because we're going to try and help you make a decision. We're going to help you make a decision. And thanks to everyone who's watched. We've probably got another 5-10 minutes. It's getting wet out here and I've got to start another stream on TikTok. The Revo. Oh, I didn't check that. I haven't checked that. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that. Has it not? Oh, you're joking me. Has the Porsche? None of them have. Hey, none of them have. That's the Porsche as well. What have they done that for? Why? Why would you do that, Revo? Why? We want... they've gone backwards now. Hold on. Is it just... It might be the new chassis. I think it's the new chassis then. Let me just quickly show this. So, I'm going to help you make a decision. Hello, SLOTCAR dude. Hello, mate. Tossing up between the two now. So there's your Mini, mate. I'm going to tell you, BRM Minis are on par as much fun as a Pioneer Legends. I look at this as the Pioneer's Legends big brother because Pioneer Legends are one of the, by far my hands down, one of my favorite cars just to put on track and piss fart around the track. I freaking love them. These are your bigger brothers of the Pioneer Legends. But in saying that, any Revo slot, BRM, including the new Capri, including this big bastard here, is just as fun because they're not fast, they're tail happy, they're, to me, one of the best cars to drive because, again, they're not overly fast. So, let me have a quick look at your question again because I'm trying to help you choose without making you spend too much money. BRM Mini. But which Revo? So give me some more context now. Which Revo are you considering over the Beamer? What are you thinking? Yeah, why you do that? I'm going to check the RX-7 because that's a pain in the ass. If that's true, which I believe it is, because they're all got the same new updated chassis, I'm going to be disappointed because I'm not drilling into this metal chassis, which is a lot easier than the plastic. The initial drilling's the hard. Yep, no, you're right. Nothing. Shit. Why? I don't think that's a good move. I really don't. I think they need to incorporate a digital element into their cars by chassis design. They have to. Because otherwise they're going to be stuck on analog tracks. And I love the axle box. That's one of the best things that have, in my opinion, that have come out over the last couple of years for Carrera. You know, Carrera haven't got a design yet where they're doing analog digital switcher. I've requested it. I guarantee you a lot of people have requested it. And they haven't done it, and I don't know if they are going to do it. If they don't do it by 2027, I'll be very surprised. But if they do it, well, you know, unfortunately, axle boxes and that will be, I guess, not needed anymore, which is sad. What is the dog doing now? Charlie, you're eating grass now. Come here. Come say hello. What are you doing? Sit. Do you want to sit for me? Sit. Good girl. Shake. Sit. Sit. Shake. Good girl. Okay, go. Get out of here. Ready? Where's your ball? Get it. Where's your ball? Oh, God. She's gone. She's eating grass. Oh, she got a ball. Get out of here. Happy dog. Oh. What are you doing? Now you got it started. Hey, Scalextric. Oh. Should we ask them? Scalextric. Firstly, thank you, guys. It all arrived. I'm just going through it all now with people. I've got a question to ask though, Scalextric. You're probably not going to like this question, but I'm going to ask you anyways. So we've been chatting about track pieces. A lot of people ask me about tracks. Are we stainless steel yet? I can't remember. I want to get that answer first, if you can remind me. Are we stainless steel yet, or are we still just steel? Secondly, I know you probably can't tell us, but put a winky face if you can. Uh-oh. No, I'm being nice, Scalextric. Shush. Is in the pipelines, and give us a winky face if you can, will you guys be considering redesigning the track? Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the digital elements look a lot stronger than the Carrera. It really does. Carrera's got this, and I'm not choosing sides here. Carrera's got these little pins. Fine. You guys have got a nice big style of flipper. Issue I do have with both tracks, obviously this is bigger, so you need more space, bigger guide so you can run bigger cars, more brands. We're talking brands going on track, where you guys have a smaller track, which does limit you to what you can put on track, which is fine. We've been through this. Will you guys consider, and is there a plan in the future to make your track wider? Because in my opinion, we've got Scale Auto, we've got obviously Carrera, we've got Polycar, we've got a couple of brands coming out now that are new into the slot car world of track, and they've already gone bigger. So in saying this, would Scalextric consider R&D on a wider track? Is that going to be on the plans, do you think? Because then my opinion is you can then run every brand. And we've been talking about brands, allowing brands to run on track. And I've just received a heap from BRM. This is a 124 scale. And of course, it's a bit big for your track. Obviously, everyone knows that it doesn't run 124. But it would be good if we can actually run every brand on each person's track that is being designed. That's my question. Secondly, the chip, we've just found out, which is exciting, we can run a lot of the old Revo slot stuff on your track without making any adjustments to their chassis, which in a hindsight, that is a win. So you guys can actually have Revo slot easily. So in a nutshell, will there be a redesign? Oh, well, my advice is, could there be a redesign where this track is wider so you can allow for more brands to be put on your track, which then makes, I guess, Scalextric, Carrera, Polycar, Scale Auto, all on the same page when it comes to decision making on what track a person wants to buy. Does that make sense? And of course, I'm not being rude about it. I'm just stating what I believe. That is the main thing: size. As my wife says, size doesn't matter. She does. She doesn't say anything. I don't want to say that about my wife. But anyways, we have been talking about your digital changeover. We've been discussing about how, I haven't really had your digital system long enough to really speak on behalf on how it performs. I've used it. It is well good. I do like your digital flippers. They look like really good quality. It was just the size that I was considering, because I will be doing some Revo cars, which we now know we can run some older Revo cars on your digital track, which is incredible. So it allows me to run more brands to display your track. Good question. Do you know the answer? Has he said anything? Oh, they've said nothing. You don't have to answer that. But it's putting it out there. It's putting it out there. Oh, and secondly, I've got the answer as well for the R&D. Again, guys, I did do it early in the stream. Scalextric has sent a lot of cool stuff for us to test out. We have got the latest RX-7. We've been looking at that. Very, very good car. Now that they're here, if you've got any questions, ask them. What was I about to say? We have been talking to Mark from Smart Race, and he has answered my question. It is going to be pretty hard for me to run ghost cars, but I do have another option. I think I've got an idea, which I won't release on here, because that was an answer I was hoping. Is there ghost car function? No, on 6 cars, but I do have another idea on how to run your cars the same way I do Carrera. Watch this space. Yep, that makes sense. In terms of future development, I have no idea, or maybe I do. But I will. I hate when you do that. I'll send you an email. But that's just an after. And of course, this is all the discussion whilst you guys are here. We had up to 150 people before, which was really, really good. Of course, on YouTube, it was incredible. We were discussing the future of slot cars. And realistically, in my opinion, still, digital has to be the way forward, allowing analog and digital to run together. You guys have got in my opinion, or from what I believe, you've got the analog digital switcher internally, so I can still run my analog Scalextric cars or other brand cars on your digital track. Flick of the button, then you turn it into a digital track, meaning digital cars only. That is a game changer, and that should be a standard across the board which, if I'm honest, I recommend stuff to you guys, and I honestly recommended that to Carrera. They need to incorporate digital analog functions in their track design, which you guys have done that, because I think digital is the future. Well, it has to be. There's no two ways about it. There you go. Yeah, there's a switch on the... Yes, yeah. So, and which is a no-brainer. I think that's incredible. I think you guys doing that opens up a world of fun. So thank you for doing that. We are getting pretty late into the stream, guys. I do have to go do school run soon. I've only got limited time at the moment. It's school hours. So thank you for everyone who joined. We hit 160, I think, on YouTube today. Thank you, guys. Do share these streams. We went from talking delivery. We did go through all our deliveries today, which is exciting. Thank you to the brands, of course, Scalextric. I did thank you guys multiple times today for supporting me, sending the cool stuff. Very impressed with this. I think you, now that I've got it in my hands, the triple threat, the 3 Japanese cars, you guys have done a really good job. So bravo on the design of the cars. They look really good. All I can say is keep up the JDM stuff. You've done a really good job with that. Whilst you're there, Scalextric, I'm going to rub some salt in the wounds. Bring some RX-7 goodness. Oh, I'd love to see you guys do an RX-7. So just showing you that, just putting it there, whatever, you know, just showing you some JDM stuff. JDM stuff. While we're there, let's quickly show Scalextric some older JDM stuff. Hello, Skylines. This one's a bit rattly. Don't make that one. Oh, we're up to 71 people. I'm trying to quit the stream. So thank you, guys. Check me out on TikTok. We will be trying to get some of the digital stuff happening on TikTok with Scalextric. I will be doing a video on YouTube in the next week or so of setting up a Scalextric track, turning my beautiful Fast and Furious set, which we checked out before, turning this from analog to digital, which is a simple step, so you don't have to go out and buy a digital track if you don't want to. Cheers, Copper. To save money. So yes, you can turn your non-digital into digital. Simple steps. Simple steps. Oh, geez, that's heavy. So I'll be doing a video on that, so stay tuned. But on TikTok, you'll see some live racing, and I've got some ideas coming up with the digital stuff that will hopefully change. But thanks, guys. I've got to go because my dog's run away. Hold on. Charlie, 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 here, quick. Inside, inside, good girl. Inside, quick. Thank you. All right, thank you, guys. Jesus, almost lost my dog. And that's a wrap. Cheers, guys. It's been great. And take care. Thank you, Scalextric, for coming in. Bye. See ya. How do I turn this off? How do I turn this thing off?